I won't fade away like the last one and the last one before me. I can hide your fears, I can wipe your tears, I can hold your thumb down, down. Tell you it's okay to focus on today.
Welcome to a video. I'm feeling really good this week, and I think it's exclusively because it is like fall weather. It was so cold in the apartment this morning when we woke up. Woke up very early, so that's why it was freezing, but it was like almost 19 degrees Celsius, which is like amazing. It's warming up a little bit now, but it's still going to be a very cool day. I have sun on my face. Let's do this. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Sunday is essentially the start of my week. I woke up, I did some reading, I did a little mini workout, I showered, and now I've sat down to write. And I'm easing into writing this week because what I'm doing is I'm reviewing the last few scenes, kind of editing them, kind of getting back into the world, and then I'm gonna write fresh. So today is really just like a review day, but there will be some fresh words written, I'm sure. But right now I'm just reviewing the scene that I wrote on the weekend because on Friday, which is a day off for me, I had a really great like work moment with my best friend. Every single year in September, at the beginning of school, we have a little tradition where we get pumpkin spice lattes. We're apart because we don't live in the same city, and we've kept up that tradition regardless. And so on Friday, we decided to get pumpkin spice lattes and do a little co-work online. So I had a little video call, and it was so sweet, so nice. And here's a little bit of footage from that. Cheers!
Keeping you in, don't you know you're your own teacher? Look without, look within, don't you know you're your own teacher? Teach me, teacher, teach me. Who came and showed me the clear empty mirror right there before me. I saw myself, I saw myself, I saw myself. All the mirrors in the world don't point to the sky. The true one lies within these eyes. I know myself, I know myself, I know myself.
I mean, you don't have to use all of it.
Probably gonna hold it. That looks good. Oh, great. Don't look at my pan. It turned out to be really productive actually because I wrote like almost 2,000 words. I wrote an entire scene. I wrote a scene that I've been putting off for a while because it's a very heavy scene and it kind of connects to multiple moments throughout the story. It's a recurring moment. I felt really good. So I've just spent the last like 30 minutes reading it again and kind of editing it and tightening it up a little bit. And I'm moving on now. We are moving on to the next scene. I feel alive again. I feel so good with this weather. Hopefully this happiness carries throughout the week because I'm feeling really good. So let's get into it. I'm gonna get back to writing. I'm gonna see how much I can get done. Then I'm gonna go to work because I have to work 12 till 8 today. I work 12 till 8 every Sunday. Gonna be a good time. Get cozy.
Tell 'em I'm fighting a war in my head. If it's easier, tell 'em I'm dead.
Okay, I have to move here because that was not the most ergonomically friendly setup. You may hear my coffee maker going off in the background. I'm gonna have another cup of coffee, but I went through the scenes that I wanted to go through and I wanted to show you something. I did capture this in a vlog, but I'm not sure what vlog it was. I think it was the one where I went to that like cozy library, but I've mapped out my entire story. So I have all of the scenes that I want to write and all of the moments that I want to work towards on a handy dandy little piece of paper. I'm going to try not to spoil anything. It's kind of like in a grid. This is going to be completely useless to you, but it's in a grid format. So I have the point of view that I want the scene to be in, as well as a summary of the scene. And I have like many, many papers of this. So many papers. And I think my last writing vlog, I was telling you that I ripped apart my story. This was a part of that process. So there are two main storylines that are happening in the book right now, and both have alternating POVs. Not like consistently, but it's just every once in a while we will jump into another character's head. And this is great, right? Because like obviously I have all of the things that I kind of want to write when I'm sitting there staring at the blank page being like, wait, what comes next? However, the reason why I wanted to show you this was that not every scene that I am going to write and not every scene that I've written is captured on this page. Let me explain. I know that there are a lot of people out there that like are super, super into writing advice, and there's a lot of terms and there's a lot of terminology that I'm just not privy to. So I could be wrong when I say this, but I am a mixture of a plotter and a discovery writer. A plotter and a pantser. I'm a mixture of I'm a mixture of all of those things. I like to know where my story is going. I like to have a point to every scene. However, I also add new scenes all the time. I add new moments in, and I don't try to capture that on a planning sheet necessarily. This is every single scene that maybe I potentially want to write, but it's also not set in stone. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I don't go back and change it. I don't go back and add scenes until like maybe the very end, when I'm like nearing the end of this draft and every single scene is pretty much set in stone for now. One thing I try to avoid is that I don't want to procrastinate by having my story hyper organized. So if I add a scene, I don't then tell myself, okay, I have to go back to this planning sheet and I have to add that scene into the planning sheet, because that's time away from the page. That's productive procrastination. So I guess the entire point of this update is that like I plan, but also I don't plan. I think that was it. That was all I wanted to tell you. We're okay. We're doing fine. It's just my brain. The brain is a little bit melting. Oh, I never showed this, but I worked briefly at that public library, and one of my coworkers I think she watched a video and she saw that I was writing a dragon book. So she gifted me a dragon when I left. And so I keep it on my writing desk. Oh my God, so cute. So cute. And it reminds me that when I'm done writing this trilogy, I will go back to the other projects that I have in my head. I think my coffee is now ready. So I'm gonna stop procrastinating by updating you, and I'm gonna get back to work. Okay, so this is actually really helpful because I've written far into this story. I'm just kind of going back, adding elements, changing. I can't describe what I'm doing because it sounds like I'm going back and reworking the scenes, but I'm not quite doing that. It's really complicated. Basically, I'm working on the lore of my story a little bit more, and as such, I'm like building motivations, very nitty-gritty stuff. But a lot of my manuscript I've written, and this is really helpful because what I'm going to do is I guess I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep rereading. I'm going to keep adding my moments back in. And then I have a new scene. I have a new scene in about 4 scenes that I have to write. So that's really helpful. So I'm going to mark that. I'm going to mark that with like a sticky note so I know that I have to write this moment in. I'm feeling good. I'm so curious how much of this story I've actually written. I can't possibly tell you that because it's all over the place right now, but I'm almost at the part where I'm like going to be creating new scenes entirely. Interesting. Is this interesting? I don't know. I don't know if this is interesting, but this is what I'm doing right now. Cool. Okay. Cool. Let's keep going.
They said get an education, you will live great. I work against my frustration, paying rent for my grave. Life puts you on the spot, it's playing with your temper. It's okay, I thought I will be his attempter. Easier to forget than to accept. It's easier to cry instead of what to fight. It's easier to wait than to be late. Life is hard, life is fucking hard, yeah. Life is hard, life is hard, life is hard.
I don't have a brain right now. I've been trying this new thing where I'm trying to have a little bit of a wind down routine because working evenings has been affecting my sleep schedule a little bit, obviously, because by the time I get home, that's normally when I'd be like settling in to get ready for bed. And I get this weird surge of adrenaline when I get home. And it's like I have all this energy and I don't know what to do with it. So I've been trying to train myself to wake up at 5:30 every morning and also have more of a wind down routine. So that has involved changing into sweats at work for my commute so that I'm like in cozy clothes during my commute, getting home, doing some skincare, making some tea, just trying to relax, not be energetic. I feel like those two things really signal that it's like time to chill. And I also have been reading. But last night I did all of that, felt great, felt so tired crawling into bed. Crawled into bed at 10 p.m. and was awake until 2 a.m. So I'm really, really tired right now. I let myself sleep in. I did not wake up at 5:30 because there was absolutely no way. So I did get a little bit of writing done. I got like just over an hour of writing, which is great. I'm happy, but I'm very, very tired. And not only that, today is a long commute for me because I am not commuting with my friend. I have to commute out of the city. I basically work outside of Toronto, and I have to commute with my friend. Most days I commute with her, but today we're on different schedules, and this is the only day of the week that we're on different schedules. But that makes my commute very long. So I start work at 11:30, and it is just after 9, and I'm getting ready to leave. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm trying really hard not to like slip into negativity. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna curl up, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna have a gorgeous commute, and it'll be fine. I've got my foamy coffee, and it's raining and it's cold, and I'm wearing a cozy sweater that I still need to mend a hole. I have a hole in the sleeve in this one. And we're gonna have a good day. I'm probably gonna get even more writing done during my lunch hour, and no complaints. No complaints, okay? Okay. Hi.
the people about your belly? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're a good girl. You're too far away. Yeah. You're such a sweetheart.
Hello, hi. I've got straight hair. What do you think? I decided to straighten it today. But hi, hello, how are you? I can't sleep. Despite all of my intentions, despite everything I just said about creating a cozy evening routine that starts with my commute, I get home and I'm exhausted and I feel like I'm going to fall asleep, and then I lay in bed and I'm wide awake and I toss and turn for like 3 to 4 hours. I've been up every single night till 2 a.m., which is really messing with my waking up early plan that I wanted for this week. And I'm very frustrated and I don't know what to do and I'm just trying to embrace it, but also equally I don't do well out of a routine. And I love working evenings. I love having all of this time, but it's just really messing with my sleep schedule. Hey, sorry, a cat just tried to put her scent on the tripod. So I don't know what to do, but it's okay. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. The first 3 days, it's not a big deal, but tomorrow and the next day, I have to leave my house at 6:15, and I feel like I am just not prepared to do that. And I just feel like tonight I'm not going to be able to sleep, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I think the worst part about not getting sleep is the anxiety around not getting sleep, at least for me as someone who suffers from regular bouts of insomnia. However, let's talk about the good news, because the good news is good, and that is that writing is going exceptionally well right now. I have officially caught up and I'm going to be constructing new scenes going forward, and I'm very excited for that because my characters are in such a great place right now. I mean, not like a positive place, but like a great place for me as a writer, because there's like a lot of action. It's just gonna be really fun to write. I'm going to attempt to write a little bit of court politics, which I think is gonna be really interesting because I've actually never really written anything like that before. So that's good, at least. Can't sleep, but writing's good. Okay, I really have to get to work now.
There's a shadow on the wall of an angel come to call and remind me of what I've always known. She whispers in my ear words I can barely hear, but the meaning I can feel in my bones. There's a peace just outside my window. There's a war raging at my door, and there's a light.
What a week. Am I right? Did not sleep a lot, but wrote so much. So I don't know how to wrap up this week. It was good. It was fine. It was kind of uncomfortable. It was wonderful. It was exhausting. All of these things. You know, it was a mixture of suffering, but it was also a mixture of killing it. I'm very happy to report that I am done all of my working through this plot. My manuscript is back together and we got some forward momentum. So I'm very, very pleased about that. I realized that I'm over 60K into this draft, which is amazing. That is the most I've ever gotten into this draft. But at the same time, I'm also like, maybe I should pick back up another project. Why am I like this? I don't know. I feel like I was barely hanging on this week, and yet for some reason I want to add on more things. I don't know what to do, but I've just been thinking about my dragon project. I'm gonna end it here though, because this is just pure chaos at this point. Very, very proud of this week. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you are staying creative, and I'll see you in the next video.